Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. And we're underway. So, Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
The defensive qualities of William Saliba. For me, Peter, he's someone who's shown great leadership from such a young age when starting his career in France. I see a lot of bravery and courage, and I think they're words you associate with somebody who...
And a chance! Oh, split-second reaction.
Suarez clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
And we have our very first corner. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. Nedved will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. And it's Xavi Alonso. Looking for the run. Oh, that's a fine interception. Nedved. Robertson makes the interception. Looking to play him in, and he was quick to react. And they've got rid. Melbourne City couldn't do a whole lot with it there. They could do with more sharpness in their passing. Nedved! It's Nedved! He's done very well to get to that.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
It's their second corner of the game. And now a sudden chance to counter. A poorly directed kick from the keeper, he's given it away. It's a good run down the right. Now that looks a decent ball. It's a promising position. Tries to play it through. Saliba. So a third of the match, or thereabouts, gone, and we still await the first goal. Now it's Cruyff. Great vision. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Robertson. Melbourne City are a team that's fond of the low block. They sure defend in numbers.
Yeah.
Inzaghi! They've scored! And there is your opener. Oh, delicious. Such devilish curl.
Oh, what a hit, Peter. And there was nothing lucky about it, let me tell you. It was measured. It was simply inch perfect.
It's Griezmann! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Cruyff has got himself a free kick. The ref's been lenient here. I doubt he'll get too many more chances. Bergomi. Nedved can so cleverly bypass the press. Shot a goal! Dani Olmo. Xavi Alonso is always looking to break lines. Knocks it into space. Dani Olmo. Now it's Cruyff. Donadoni has... And the referee has blown for half-time. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps the only things lacking.
Well, let's not beat about the bush, Peter. It's been fairly flat, and the support have had little to cheer about. So an awful lot of questions have got to be asked, and the answers need to be found in a hurry.
So that's it for the first half, and everyone takes a well-earned rest. And so the action is resumed.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too...
And he shoots! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Nedved actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
And here's Suarez. Still chasing the game, trailing by 1. And it's Nedved. Luis Suarez. Xavi Alonso. Dani Olmo. And that has been cut short. And he's quick to snatch it back. Short changes him with that pass. Donatoni. Robertson. And this is Inzaghi. He might be in, and the shot! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
So we have movement on both benches. Getting up there! And that was very necessary. And now they can spring out of defence. And he welcomes it in. And he's gone looking for safety. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, there'll be no accusations of a lack of effort. They're giving as good as they get when it comes to chances.
Well, it's tantalisingly brilliant, at times unstoppable. Xabi Alonso. Xabi Alonso. Oh, good effort! And oh, he's got that completely wrong.
Yeah, I think that miss is going to give him nightmares for a while.
And it's Bale. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. That's a cute ball. Oh, that's well spotted. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Bale. Donatoni. And it's Hullet. And he's chosen to go back.
They're really getting no time to think on the ball here.
Oh, easy pickings there. Vieira. Now it's Del Piero. Del Piero! Ribery. Vieira. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it. I thought it was going to happen then. How many more chances?
They knocked and knocked, but there is time for no more. So in the end, one goal did it. An exciting encounter where both sides produced a genuine effort to go on and win it. Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. So we're up and running. Well, here's a man who stunned everyone in that famous summer of 2002. He had a hand in his country's most famous goal, their most famous win, and he helped to introduce the footballing planet to Senegal.
Yeah, he did indeed, Peter. El Hadj Diouf, the undoubted driving force behind that fast, powerful, direct style of football that once shocked the world.
And that's been slipped through. Schmeichel can clear it away. Barcelona have it back and can go again. Well, they've got it back in a hurry. Xavi Alonso. No, that's been intercepted. Looks to the other side. Thuram. And here's Cruyff. Messi.
Yeah, I've had a quick review of what we've seen so far, and I can confirm we're in a shot-free zone.
Lovely pass, but can he get there? Nedved can see things others simply cannot. Messi. Some front-footed pressing going on here. That's been cut out, well played. Not the most accurate pass. Bellingham. And it's Ronaldinho. Good take, and can he finish? Goal! Barcelona! And we have liftoff! One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
The first breakthrough.
Well, I think the next 5 to 10 minutes will call for real focus as the opposition will inevitably react.
Thuram. Messi, a player so deservedly decorated with praise and glory. Schneider. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Now it's Luis Suarez. Timber. Oh, good play on the left-hand side here. And here's Ronaldinho. Diouf! Delicious from Diouf! A finish of true class. They are purring, truly purring. And that is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly.
Well, for me, you can't fault the keeper there. The effort went in at the widest possible point off the upright. Nothing he could do.
Barcelona are doing very nicely, thank you.
Yeah, and you have to say that the contrast of moods are very visible now. They really fancy themselves to go and wrap things up.
And that signals the end of the first period.
Well, I don't think most of us were expecting a second, Peter. It's become pretty much the ideal half.
That certainly seems to be the case.
And that ought to encourage an even more ambitious approach in this second half, Peter, with control already established.
So that's it for the first half, and everyone takes a well-earned rest. And we're already back up and running after half-time.
I think it'll be fascinating to see how they're going to change their approach here. They have to go for it and try and pull one back, but they also have to be aware that going 3 down will probably seal their fate.
Vieira really struggling to influence the game.
They're just trying to negate his influence, and it looks like whatever it takes.
Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Messi. Now it's Luis Suarez. Nedved. And this is Luis Suarez. Finds himself unceremoniously floored. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him.
I'm struggling to work out whether that was brave or a bit stupid. Maybe both, actually.
Oh, there's a probing ball. Played out wide. Oh, that's nice. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. He won't be happy with that one. Barcelona are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape.
Has another go! And it's in! Sharp, simple, satisfying. He just knew what was on.
Listen, he would have been advised to do that as a kid, and it's obviously etched in his mind now.
A shift in momentum, perhaps.
Well, there's a real sense that the momentum has shifted here, Peter, and the crowd are reacting to that now.
Messi. Oh, what a ball!
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical. Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
And he's there to clear it. Real chance! And yes, it's there! Two to the good, and they are purring. Absolutely purring. Barcelona now in a position far more desirable.
Yeah, I can't think of a better time, Peter, to get that 2-goal cushion. That, for me, should be decisive.
And it's Rijkaard. Oh, it's a great... And a chance! Oh, the ball's run loose here. And that would have been game, set and match.
Well, his movement has certainly picked up. He's got that decisive goal on his mind.
Corner number 2 then. And now they can spring out of defence. Oh, easy pickings there. Ribery. Griezmann powering forward here. Kukçu. Diouf receives it in. And a shot! And that is a little undercooked. Just seeing the board now, it's going to be 5 extra minutes. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Griezmann. Now it's Bale. And that's that. In the end then, no joy. Not for the want of trying, not for the want of running. Simply they... Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up, and we'll be getting underway very soon. Well, we're on the way. Well, 2014-15 certainly provided some terrific highlights for Lionel Messi's career showreel. Many claimed it was his best season ever. He did, of course, win the treble, and Jim, it doesn't get a whole lot better than that. Chance! Goal! Santos! An extraordinary start! Breakthrough in next to no time!
That's the purpose and intensity they showed from the first moment. They really did fly out of the blocks here.
The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. Luis Suarez! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
And we have our very first corner. No, he didn't quite meet it right. It's their second corner of the game. Oh, good climb! No, just not quite.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a bit disappointed with that, Peter. You would have fancied him to at least hit the target.
Now it's Cruyff. Cruyff. Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Now it's Luis Suarez. Shot. Real chance! And he hits the net. They are right back in business.
Well, they were starting to look more and more threatening, Peter, so this comes as no surprise. The fans here are pretty fired up now.
A momentary lapse, mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Oh, look at the manager here. He's absolutely fuming, and he has every right to be. You can't win football, man.
And Del Piero! Messi gets into... Messi! Messi! Genius! A finish of true class! And they get themselves in front! Stylish in the extreme, a delicious goal.
Oh, give me this every week. The technical ability was superb, and you can see he meant every bit of this.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for. And smartly reclaimed. Still very early doors, but it is a closely contested affair. Cruyff. Alonso. Nedved plays the game a step. He's having a pop! Nedved! A diamond of a goal! A finish right from the top draw. They're level in a trice.
Yeah, and analysis of the goal should take a back seat to the importance of a committed reaction. This is wonderful to watch.
The purest possible contact. What a fabulous strike.
I think it was probably past the keeper before he even saw it. Incredible he got so much power with so little backlift.
Quite a game this, all square again.
You've got to commend that, Peter. It's the perfect response to falling behind. Don't let your heads drop. Just get back up the pitch and level the scores again. This is cracking stuff.
And it's Messi. Plays a sharp little ball here. He's had a shot! Oh, good finish. And the comeback is complete. They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Welcome to the reality of modern football, Peter. You get pressed from the front and you have no time on the ball whatsoever. You can't afford to switch off for a moment.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
To be expected, Peter. They've gone and stepped it up, something they've been threatening to do and will continue to do by the looks of it.
Alonso. And this is Luis Suarez. Bit of an appeal, but nothing doing. No way through. Thuram engages and forces him off the ball. Now it's Messi. Well seen. Saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And it's half-time. Well, we have quite a thrilling narrative here. Despite their early setback, they are now the ones in the driving seat. And all of a sudden, things are looking pretty rosy. So we reach the halfway point.
Well, I've been left almost breathless here, Peter. This is frantic stuff. 45 minutes just seem to fly by. Here's hoping both teams can maintain this level.
So everyone needs a breather here. Cruyff! He's got a goal! 2 up and in charge, and things are looking pretty good for them now. Truly superb. A goal of such supreme quality, composure and class.
Well, it always comes down to the telling final pass, and that was a beauty.
So the lead now is 2.
You can certainly sense a real change of mood here. Now the crowd are demanding that they just finish this off.
Xavi Alonso. Can he get it through?
That dugout has had some relief at least, but now the harder work starts. They've got to push for more.
Now it's Del Piero. Nesta gets over and intercepts. Oh, there's a probing ball. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Vieira. And it's Messi. And he shoots! Oh, super goal! Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy! And with that, it is pretty much a done deal. It was the crispest of hits. He just... Good chance here! And that is a save of real quality. Not easy by any means.
Well, talking about playing into your opponent's hands, that kind of thing is not going to get them back into this game.
Vieira. No, he's had it taken off him. Messi. And here's Del Piero. Nedved.
It's the sort of situation they'll want to capitalise on now.
Pull it. Oh, super ball. Nedved. Now it's Cruyff. And he's picked it up out wide. Shoots! That is some save from Khan. It's loose and there's a race for the ball. And that's been won straight back. And he's got the beat. And Cruyff! Oh, that could be pivotal! Well, how's that for a class finish?
Well, he's a defender's nightmare. You try to send him one way, and he just slips the other.
Clinical. Just clinical. What a game this is turning out to be for him.
Well, you had to fancy him, Peter. He seems to be growing in stature with every goal.
Things looking so easy, almost too easy here.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Xavi Alonso. It's a good run down the right. He's shifting through the gears here. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Koundé. It's a promising position. And he won't reach that. Confirmation that there will be 4 minutes stoppage time. Nedved. Rijkaard. Costa Curta. Gullit makes a dash for it. And there goes the final whistle. What a terrific response it was to adversity. What a fantastic game. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. There's the whistle, and here we go. Well, here's your hero, goal scorer, match winner, Mbappe! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Mbappe actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
And we have our very first corner. Maldini getting this one clear. And now a sudden chance to counter. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Pirlo. And here's Alvarez. Pinged towards the front line. Oh, he's enjoyed that. Oh, he's having a go! Barcelona have their second corner now. And that was very necessary. Messi going face-to-face with his great rival.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
And claimed it back swiftly. Still goalless at the moment. And it's Nedved. Looking for options for movement. Chance! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Barcelona have the chance to go the other way. Nedved conjures time and space where few can. Messi. And Messi! And that's another fine save.
Messi, really can't believe it. Foiled by the keeper again.
It's their second corner of the game. Oh, good climb! And it's been hooked away. Maldini. And it's Vieira. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Now it's Alvarez. Can he get on the end of this? Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. Xavi Alonso. Luis Suarez. Ah, it's a lovely, delicate pass. Messi. And this is Messi. Gullit will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Looking to play him in. Taken back almost at once. And here's Gullit. And he thumps it clear. And here's Suarez. Nedved. Maldini spots it and intercepts. And here's Messi. And this is Gullit.
Gullit really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
And the referee has blown for half-time. So we go in at half-time with both defences still yet to be breached. They rather cancelled each other out in the first period. Let us see what the second half brings. So between them, no goals at all so far.
It's not a bad game by any means, Peter, but it definitely needs an injection of some invention, creativity. There's so much you can do with all that industry by just adding a little bit of skill.
So we reach the halfway point, and neither side have yet been able to force the issue. It's 0-0. And we are back underway.
Well, I suppose from a defensive perspective, Peter, neither manager can be too unhappy. I just wonder which team is going to up the ante first.
Oh, well played, well played. Messi. This is a promising build-up. Oh, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. Hazard. And he's got away from him. And a chance! Hazard! The man's a genius! A finish of true class! It is the pick-me-up they all longed for. And that really is so impressive.
Yeah, that's what the game is all about. Excitement and entertainment. What a lovely moment.
Time then for the first substitution of the game. Barcelona have broken through. It's 1-0.
It's so often the case.
Bale! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
So, third corner of the game. Towering header! But he's left disappointed.
Maldini is clearly kicking himself here. He knew that was a great opportunity.
So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Look, they may be one down, but they're not shying away. Time is on their side, and they're set on using it.
Pirlo. Oh, that's well spotted. Barcelona appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're setting themselves up for the counter-attack. It's plain and simple.
Messi. Oh, this looks sharp. Tries to play it through, and that could set him on his way. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. And Del Piero! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Thuram. Vieira. That's a lovely, neat pass. Bale takes a shot! Gareth glittering Bale! That is a gem! An absolute gem! And with the match slipping away, they have hauled themselves off the canvas. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
Barcelona choosing to make the first change. We're looking at a different game now.
Well, needless to say, Peter, they're eager to get going, but you have to wonder how much these boys have left in the tank.
Still anyone's game this. One moment can decide it.
Listen, the fans haven't given up on this by any means. They still believe it can be won. I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Del Piero! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Knocks it into space. Well seen. Saw that coming.
That was well played. Well stopped.
And it's Ribery. And he's intervened well there. They huffed and they puffed, but that will be that. A good watch, a really good watch. Both sides toiling to try and outthink, outsmart each other. But it wasn't to be, and they're all square. How do you look back on the game then, Jim?
Well, Peter, I suppose it's something. Not ideal for either side, of course. Although, if you look at the overall balance of things, neither did enough to win this. And I think the result is quite fair.
So thank you very much, Jim, for joining me. That brings us to the end of our coverage. So from us both, a very good evening. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. So straight into the action. Jim, which player is best equipped for this game?
Well, the contribution from this guy, Fermin Lopez, will be key again. He's got the perfect fusion of energy and good vision. So he's going to be busy skittling around the field, both on and off the ball, looking for...
Luis Suarez! Superb goal!
Well, once more, it's him. And we can't be surprised because his instinct for doing this is incredible.
You don't keep those out. He knew. He just knew.
Oh, it was a real beauty, Peter. And while many might have just lashed out at it, he took his time and he put it where very few can.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. Rijkaard. Looking to pass their way up the pitch. Oh, that's fabulous. Nesta did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Xavi Alonso. Oh, good take in a good area. Now that's a fine challenge. Quarter of an hour played. Messi gets on his bike and on the move. It's played through for him. Look at the shapes to shoot! It's loose now and they want to get it back. Milan are a team that's fond of the low block. They sure defend in numbers.
Yeah, the whole point being to go back to front as quickly as possible, Peter. Of course, once the ball has been won.
Yeah, balls over the top, long diagonals, that's the plan. O'Shea gets across and deals with it. Gerrard. So just a one early goal to report so far. And the score is 1-0. Picked out brilliantly. Chance! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
And he's got the beating of his man.
Well, it's not the best when it comes to decision-making. Okay, initially he probably was afforded the space to hold on to it, but the longer he did that, the more he was going to be swamped.
And it's Messi. Gerrard.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
1-0 here just before the break, and it looks as though it's going to stay that way for now. Maldini spots it and intercepts. Timber. Fermin. He is desperate to get on the score sheet, but not this time.
Oh, they're just unrelenting, Peter. Wave after wave of attacks. Now it's just a matter of making at least one of them count.
Now it's Hullet. Well, that's beautifully weighted. And the whistle goes for half-time. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps the only things lacking. Any opinion you'd like to express on the first half?
Well, this is when you need your players to step up, Peter. Be brave, see all that courage. They need to have a big start to the second half to give them some momentum, and they're not going to get that if they're being too risk-averse.
Goals, goals and more goals. That's been the story of the half. The team separated by the tiniest of margins at the break. So straight into the second half.
Well, my advice would be to keep at it. If you're doing well, keep it going.
And that is a little undercooked. Gerrard. And here's Shevchenko. He's found a way through. And that's gone behind for a goal kick. Rijkaard gathers from the goal kick. And it's Luis Suarez. And this is Hullet. Can he get on the end of it? It's Nedved! And that is certainly not what he had in mind.
Well, it didn't quite come off this time, Peter, but that's a warning to the opposition. This team know how to counter, and they'll be looking to do it every chance they get.
Back where it came from. Oh, important interception. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Milan are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape, certainly when defending at least, because they've got to...
Nedved! Oh, that is rather wayward.
It wasn't the best strike, to be honest, Peter. The pass might have been a better option there.
Timber.
Are certainly playing with an intense focus in executing their plan here.
And that's going wide left. Whistle's gone, that's foul. The referee has resisted the temptation to go to his pocket. It's just a stern lecture. Now, there are plenty in the middle waiting for this. Rijkaard can get it clear. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, while the temptation's always there, Peter, I think it would be ill-advised of them to try settle for what they've got. Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
They're coming again and again.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
He's been bundled over. That is a foul. Well, you might think he got off lightly. It is just a verbal warning. It's a good 30, 35 yards out, this. So, who's he going to be aiming for here? Bergomi. Xavi Alonso. Xavi Alonso makes a dash for it.
They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to goals.
Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Now, can they get him away? Vieira. 1-0 as we head towards the end. O'Shea cuts it out. Xavi Alonso. I think we're just about done here. Now that looks a decent ball. Roberto Carlos is looking to influence the game from out wide. Shoots! Oh, denied! Brilliantly!
Firmine actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
The message is simple: defend this with your lives. Plays a sharp little ball here. So that's it. It is all over. Well, that was tense. Boy, that was tense. The two sides separate. Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. Well, we're on the way.
Del Piero will be relishing this game to showcase his many talents.
The guy's just class, isn't he?
Yeah, I think the only way to stop him is to get players around him quickly. If there's any standing off, then he'll dish up some severe punishment.
Little doubt, that is a foul. It's a straight red. He has been given his marching orders. Barcelona are now forced to play the bulk of the game a man short.
It looked avoidable and unnecessary, but it makes you think that he was trying to intimidate.
That's a lovely pass. Mbappe. Tonali. Nedved. Now it's Lewandowski. Looking for options for movement. Picked Mbappe! Mbappe looking sharp there.
I think there were a few doubts for a split second, Peter, as to whether he was offside. I think he really got away with one there.
Del Piero plays it short. Well cut out, no margin for error there at all. Opts to play it back. Tries one from range! It's bounced back off the post.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Now it's Hullet. He has found the way through. Oh, that's neat. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Luis Suarez. And it's Xavi Alonso. Oh, he's having a go! Oh, that wasn't the worst effort in the world.
Xabi Alonso really might have let his reputation get the better of him then. Yes, you can spank one from there, but there are other options, you know.
It's Nedved! Nedved! A diamond of a goal! A finish of true class! The first significant strike. One sweeping move executed with deadly efficiency.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch.
Mbappe! Oh, no shortage of confidence there.
He's the one player you want on the ball running at defences, and that's precisely why.
Hullet. Nicely aimed pass. Oh, well played. That has snuffed out the danger. And here's Suarez. And that's really well manoeuvred.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
And he's in on goal. And Hullet! Del Piero. Now it's Lewandowski. Lewandowski is offering some sort of an apology there.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
And here's Suarez. And here's Hullet. Nedved. Oh, such a clever touch. Nedved with terrific effort. It's a decent watch, a frantic watch. It is half-time. So the team's still separated by one goal, but it should be very different. Some first half thoughts?
Well, I think it's a case of so far, so good. The boss has clearly done his homework, and I don't think he needs to change much during the break. Now they've got the lead, they can expect more of the same in the second half.
So it has been pretty frantic here. Everybody eagerly awaiting the start of the second half. So the action resumes.
Well, my advice would be to keep at it. If you're doing well, keep it going.
Luis Suarez! And that is quite wonderful. About as smooth as it gets. Two to the good, and they are purring. Absolutely purring. He hit that like he meant it. Absolutely. It's Luis Suarez! Oh, the ball's run loose here.
We'll simply have to tip his hat to the keeper here because that was a magnificent save.
Xavi Alonso. And it's Vieira.
Incentive set and incentive met. Now they've got to take it on another level.
Del Piero cuts a frustrated figure right now. He just cannot get away.
He needs a minder, and one of his teammates should be picking up on that, and quickly.
Beckenbauer has been booked, just to confirm, for that earlier incident. Pull it. Del Piero. Tonali did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Chance for a shot! It's in! The invitation was clear, and it was accepted with the utmost glee.
Way too good, Peter. Too quick, too smart for that defence, who were made to look a little lost, in all honesty.
A shift in momentum, perhaps.
Well, what a difference a goal makes. Now, all of a sudden, it seems the belief is back.
Aimed beyond the defence. And it's Nedved. Oh, we expected better, and so did he. Well, Jim, it is abundantly clear that the tone of this game has changed. He's had a shot! It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. That's a decent clearance.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
They're coming again and again.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue, and they'll get clinical. Barcelona really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need.
And that's gone loose. Barcelona are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape, certainly when defending at least, because they've got to be ready to hit them hard on the counter-attack, and that seems to be the plan.
Luis Suarez. Bullet, tantalisingly brilliant, at times unstoppable. Just 5 minutes left.
This usually is the time teams go into conservation mode.
And he's intervened well there.
And he could have done himself a massive favour by just lifting his head up there. You know, it would have been a better picture of what was going on around him.
Lewandowski. Timber picks it up out wide. Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. Well, that was close. Both sides playing their part in a... The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. So it's away we go then. Wales have opted for a 4-4-2 formation.
Well, what I like about this system, Peter, is the way in which both central midfielders have to work in tandem. If one opts to go forward, the other sits, and when one moves either side to snuff out an attack, the other will hold.
Alonso! Oh, he's managed to get it all wrong.
Oh, the pass was sublime. The finish was substandard. What a disappointment.
Has a look and plays it forward. Now it's Luis Suarez. So, Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
Well, Peter, I do like the look of the very athletic Morgan Rogers. He's a very powerful ball carrier with the right intelligence to play in all advanced positions. He's someone who comes to life in and around the box, always asking for the ball, even in the most crowded places.
Yes, they'll certainly be leaning heavily on him. That looks a good ball through. Oh, it's Luis Suarez! And he's done it! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, that gives them the privilege to control the tempo of the game. It's up to them to manage it from here now.
And he's managed to get free. Bergomi produces the perfect tackle there. Wales with the corner, they're first. Bellingham! Oh, it's a fair try, but just off target. And now the breakaway. It's played through for him. Check clears. And that is out of play. Now that looks a decent ball. And Burmo, he's found a way through. And he shoots! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
And Burmo actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Wales have their second corner now. Header! Not a bad try by any means.
Yeah, it's good movement, though. A bit unlucky he couldn't actually steer it goalwards.
Rijkaard is always scanning the pitch for targets. Oh, a delicate chip through. He's being urged to shoot. And that's gone all the way through to the keeper. And it's Nedved. Burmo touches it back.
He's got no choice here. He had to go backwards.
Oh, well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Great vision. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played. Well stopped.
Bellingham showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. He won't be happy with that one. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
That's the end of the first 45. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs. What have we learned from the first 45 minutes?
Well, this is when you need your players to step up, Peter. Be brave, see all that courage. They need to have a big start to the second half to give them some momentum, and they're not going to get that if they're being too risk-averse.
Goals, goals and more goals. That's been the story of the half. The team separated by the tiniest of margins at the break. So we're straight back at it at the start of the second half.
Well, my advice would be to keep at it. If you're doing well, keep it going.
And the shot! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? And that was very necessary. Out again for a throw-in. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. De Ligt with the challenge, and he has given away a free kick. Still just a single goal between the sides.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
Wales have their third corner. Wales can try it again now. Wales get their fourth corner. Nedved is there to clear. And now they can spring out of defence. And that could set him on his way. All right on the edge of the penalty area. What's he giving here? So a big, big chance now from 12 yards. So this to extend their lead. That is quite remarkable.
A cool head was needed there, and we got anything but.
Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Bale. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. Aimed beyond the defence. Inzaghi! Superb by Inzaghi! That is a gem! An absolute gem! There seemed no way back, but they are level. So smooth. A signature finish.
It was wonderful vision to see the movement ahead, and how about the weight of that pass? Ideal.
We're looking at a different game now.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing.
Plays a sharp little ball here. Bergomi attempts a clearance. Modric. It's Modric! And how did he not put that away?
Modric has delivered a really costly miss. It could have been their last chance to win it.
And this is Inzaghi. Well read, nice interception.
Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be.
Can he finish? He lifts the roof! Oh, that has got to be it! This has to be it! A momentary lapse mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Oh, look at the manager here. He's absolutely fuming, and he has every right to be. You can't win football matches if you give the ball away like that.
Well, they've done the hard chance for a shot! And a neat finish! They have stolen level at the last!
Oh, what a lovely exchange, Peter. I mean, he did the give and go, and that's just a lovely return ball. The weight of it was absolute perfection.
Shoots! Oh, wow, that's crazy! A game of margins, a game of thrills. This might just do it. He does it all with an air of efficiency and simplicity.
Not even a hint of hesitation. That is such a cool finish.
So we have a breakthrough. Oh, great leap! He's got a goal! And look what it means to them. This is a position of genuine strength now. He knows it's taken a big and very kind deflection, but he is claiming it nonetheless. That's that, the end. What a terrific response it was to adversity. What a fantastic game. From those players, what unity, what joy. That was so very, very good. Collar taking in the accolades, having been named man of the match, and deservedly so. Well, from behind, Jim, that is some win, isn't it?
This has been a very composed response when trailing. There was no sense of anxiety, just a belief to stick to the game plan and stick together. And it's been a very impressive turnaround.
So thank you very much, Jim, for joining me. That brings us to the end of our coverage. So from us both, a very good evening. Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. Well, we're on the way. Antoine Griezmann, do we still consider him, Jim, the face of French football?
Yeah, I think there's some room for debate here, Peter, but I can't think of anyone who has a more versatile style of play.
And he's just won so much, hasn't he? He might have had his fair share of disappointments in various finals, but he did win the tournament that really mattered back in 2018.
And he was outstanding in the final, an assist and a very controversial penalty.
Of course, that's right. One of the first real chance! Goal! Barcelona! Barcelona are in front! One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Barcelona are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produce something out of nothing there.
It's Luis Suarez! Oh, it's a clear foul, and the referee's got a decision to make. No, the referee's judged that the offence took place outside the area. Guardiola has been booked, just to confirm, for that earlier incident.
Disappointing, very disappointing. He knew what he was doing, as deliberate and cynical as it comes.
Not a bad try by any means.
Well, he looks a little annoyed with himself, Peter, but he hit it well enough. Better look next time, maybe.
And the pass is intercepted. A probing pass. No luck with that dink over the top. And it's Nedved. Now it's Ribéry. Ribéry going face-to-face with his great rival. Oh, nice touch. And the finish! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Passing is crisp and sharp. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Pass is just off target.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Guardiola goes sliding in. No, it's come to nothing. Oh, well played. That has snuffed out the danger. And here's Cruyff. Mateus conjures time and space where few can. And that's been won straight back. Ribery! Oh, the ball's run loose here. And we have our very first corner. Oh, great leap! No, just not quite.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a bit disappointed with that, Peter. You would have fancied him to at least hit the target.
Neither of these two want to come off second best. He's having a shot! He's done very well to get to that.
Suarez actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
It's their second corner of the game. He's rising! Oh, it's a fair try, but just off target.
Maldini certainly knows that he's missed a real chance there, but he can't dwell on that. He needs to pick himself up and move on.
And this is Luis Suarez. Oh, some tackle that. Foul and a free kick in a very dangerous area. Well, that's a booking. Always looked it.
Well, talk about being caught between a rock and a hard place. I don't think he had much choice there, although he's paid for it.
Half-time nearly with us. They will be desperate not to concede here. Nedved! Beautiful from Nedved! About as smooth as it gets. They have grabbed themselves an equaliser.
Well, they were starting to look more and more threatening, Peter, so this comes as no surprise. The fans here are pretty fired up now.
That was beautiful. Something close to genius.
Well, he made it look effortless. Clearly a training ground perfectionist.
We're looking at a different game now. And the referee has signalled for half-time. Well, the glass is either half full or half empty. Neither side yet truly to impose themselves, and it's level pegging at half-time. What have we learned from the first 45 minutes?
Well, both sides would have expected a closely fought match, and that's pretty much what we've got so far. The early exchanges, I think, in this second half will be worth keeping an eye on to see if any adjustments have been made to change things.
So 45 minutes of uncompromising football, and at the break, it's one each. Back on the way then. And here's Mbappe. Zanetti just loves to go forward whenever he can. Now there's a... It's Luis Suarez! He's delivered all right!
Boom! There we go. And it couldn't be much better. He was born for the glory he's just managed. The apple on top of the tree. Yeah, that's really well played, Peter. It's very, very simple. The ball through to him was just beautifully measured.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Yeah, I always felt this was coming. There was a clear increase in both intensity and tempo. Now all they need is to try and maintain it. Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
They're coming again and again.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
Now it's Cruyff, and he's managed to get free. takes a shot! They want to be quick to recover this. Rodri. Alonso. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. And it's Eto'o. And here's Mbappe. Xavi Alonso. Now it's Cruyff. Looking for options for movement. He's found a way through. Shoots! And that's a tidy finish. A 2-goal lead and they're firmly in control. The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
Yeah, that's what the game is all about. Excitement and entertainment. What a lovely moment.
So we have movement on both benches. So the lead now is 2.
I wonder if the manager is tempted to go for another and really kill the game off completely. I, for one, think he should now.
That's been cut out, well played. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending and they got away with it.
Well, that tackle was immense, and so was the relief. The great escape.
Ribery! Euphoria, utopia, and they are cavorting. Up by 3. They have their boots on the throats of their foes. So smooth. A signature finish.
Well, it always comes down to the telling final pass, and that was a beauty.
So now the difference is 3.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in.
Oh, there's a probing ball. Well, the boss won't be happy about that at all. They were pedestrian in possession and carried... Oh, he's been caught on it here! So much time and space here. Nice control. I think that's a corner. Yes, it is.
A moment to try and place the cherry on the cake.
Impressive jump. It's a goal. They are playing them off the park. Certain, searing, and imperious.
So well played, Peter.
And that's it. They are pumped. Boy, they're pumped. A tough win earned through the power of will.